Well, the vinyl community, having seen my most recent video, spoke in a unifying tone. Everyone, all the people who have seen my most recent video seem to say, "We hate your videos. Your jokes suck, your videos are poor quality, and that Hitler guy, kind of a jerk." Which would also make me kind of a jerk for making jokes about said failed artist slash megalomaniacal would-be world dictator. Well, all I can say is my apologies. Is it too soon? And can we still be friends? Irregardless of that, a real word, by the way. Look it up. I has some more vinyls to show. As usual, they're in the bags. They're all in the bags this time. Someone lost his job over that last thing. And let me show you what I got. It's not even the bottom of the barrel. It's not even the middle of the barrel. This is the barrel, the Stay With Your Wife barrel we ran out of. But we're in the next barrel. Simpsons. Del Woods Honky Tonk Piano. Such great, renowned white songs as Happy Days Are Here Again, When the Blue of the Night Meets the Gold of the Day, Blue Eagle Home, and Lazy River. That waltz you saved for me. It looks like rain in Cherry Blossom Lane. Goofus, Meet Me Tonight in Dreamland. It says Goofus, and then it says Meet Me Tonight in Dreamland. I'm thinking they're two different songs because you don't want Goofus to meet you tonight in Dreamland. It's got some weird dreams are coming when that happens. You're asking for it, literally asking for Goofus to get in your business. Wayne King's Midnight Waltz. And this one is on RCA Victor, A Waltz Serenade. Lots of waltzy songs. Take this waltz. I'm falling in love with someone. Doesn't say anyone particular, just someone. Vila, which I assume is a touching tribute to Pancho Villa. When Your Hair Has Turned to Silver. Beautiful Lady in Blue, Mexicali Rose, My Beautiful Lady. Different song. The Night Is Young and You're So Beautiful. Let Me Call You, Sweetheart. Should be a comma there. Let Me Call You, comma, sweetheart. Girl of My Dreams. Tennessee Waltz. If You Were the Only Girl in the World. And the Midnight Waltz. When you go waltzing after midnight. In 3D. I got nothing. Songs of the season. We're assuming summertime. Oh, no, actually. Okay, here's the thing. Songs of the season, summertime. Okay, Summertime by Andy Williams. Theme from a Summer Place. That's Percy Faith. Oh, What a Beautiful Morning. Ray Conniff and his orchestra and chorus. A Wonderful Guy, Dinah Shore. Green Leaves of Summer. The Dimitri Something Chorus. Tenderly by Tony Bennett, who is still alive, they say. I'm thinking they're keeping Tony Bennett in a special sealed room, and they bring him out once every year to do a concert with Lady Gaga. As long as you return him immediately in that room, it's hermetically sealed by a hermit. Then he will continue to live forever. Wait till he finds out what happened to San Francisco. He lost his heart there. Well, don't bend down on the ground to pick it up because it fell in some human feces. There's a banjo. Summertime and the living is easy. Whoo, Living Voices. This is a pile right here. Living Voices sing songs of the West. What songs could they be? Bury me in the not on the lone prairie. I ride old paint. Take me back to my boots and saddle. Home on the range. The old Chisholm Trail. The last roundup, Red River Valley. Yippee-ti-yo. The streets of Laredo, tumbling tumbleweeds and empty saddles. Living Voices. Of course, are they living voices? At this point, this was a long time ago. RCA Camden. The Ames Brothers. The Blend and the Beat. We could say the Blend and the Beat. This ain't no Destination Moon. It's wonderful on a little street in Singapore. Autumn leaves, harbor lights, September song. Hallelujah, not the good one. Not the El Cohen one. Begin the begin. Is you or is you ain't my baby. Too marvelous for words. Mood indigo. So in love and night train. I'm thinking, no, that was something I saw on Pornhub. I want you to disregard that statement. Your request, Sing Along with Mitch. And Murray's Wigs. Okay, it's the world's best-selling popular albums. So much Mitch. So much Mitch. Song lyric sheets enclosed. This is a thick album. This is a half a pound of Mitch is what this is. This is so much Mitch. Extreme to the Mitch. The Sweetheart of Sigma Chi. Now I know I saw that on Pornhub. I know I did. When the Red Red Robin comes bobbing along under the bamboo tree. Aura Lee. Not Orly. That's a different song. I got my eye on you, Mitch. And of course, keeping with the theme, All Notes H2O. You know, it doesn't really have a track listing on here. It's still in the shrink, although they're just about to kiss. Although it's been opened, it's not sealed, but the shrink is present. Shrinkage. That's present, and no track listing. I could pull this out. I could whip it out for you. No, featuring Man Eater, Family Man, One on One, and Crime Pays. That huge hit, Crime Pays. That Hall & Oates was so famous for in the 80s. Neil Diamond, Taproot Manuscript. You know, I got so many Neil Diamond albums, I couldn't tell you if I've got 2 or 3 of these. Because go to Goodwill or Salvation Army. They're going to have a Neil Diamond album, and they're going to have like a Ray Conniff, wonderful, and almost without exception, that Herb Alpert album. With the chick with the big tits, Hooters, and she's got the whipped cream. They got that. Side 1. That's on there. A song called Side 1. No. Cracklin' Rosie. Cold in the morning. I don't have my flashlight in here. I really could do some reading. Anyway, these and more. Neil Diamond in prison like you've always wanted him to be. You know he deserves it. Have you heard this song? What is that song? In fact, that song might be on this next album that I'm about to look at, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you about that song if it's here. Neil Diamond Moods. And that song is probably the worst yet / most awesome song ever recorded in the history of mankind, Porcupine Pie. It's about 2 minutes of pure Dada Salvador Dali insanity. Also Song Sung Blue, Captain Sunshine, which I think was no, that was Captain Trips. Morningside, brackets for my children, Play Me, Get You Goomy, Get Your Own Goomy, by the way, Walk On, Water, High Rollin' Mac, Neil Diamond. Strong suggestion. And if I can remember it, which I won't remember it, I'll put a link to Porcupine Pie down there in the show notes, the thing where they keep the stuff. I'll put a link to the YouTube so you can enjoy and share in the most awesome song ever thrust upon the public. You won't never not forget it. Doobie Brothers. Now this was Taken to the Streets, and I believe this was right when we got the Michael McDonald. Of course, Taken to the Streets. It Keeps You Running is on here. I wouldn't say this is their best album, but I would say it's a good album. If you like Michael McDonald, other than his time with Steely Dan, this is the good stuff. And he was just on about every Steely Dan album, even after he was with the Doobie Brothers, because he knew where the milk was stored and how to get the milk and to use it before its expiration date. At Michael McDonald's, y'all gonna be there. Up and over. Dick Contino's Polka Time. Now, I don't know. This Lichtensteiner polka, Let Me Call You Sweetheart, Hand Clap Polka, Woodpecker Song, Just Because, Beer Barrel Polka, Helena Polka, Flight of the Angels, Pennsylvania Polka, Hot Pretzels, Blue Shirts, Waltz. I didn't buy it for the polkas. I bought it for the cover. Polka Party, and it's in high fidelity, so you get your polkas. You get your polkas where you find them, that's what. Yes. Close to the Edge. Little Writing, Little Writing, Little Writing. You and I. Little Writing, Little Writing, Little Writing. Weird sentence. Look. If you're a Yes fan, well, good on you. For one thing, if you stuck with them from beginning to end, you're schizophrenic. You went on quite a journey. Okay, and if you got to the point where they're Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, and Howell, and Dave, you went too far. Even Asia. I'll give you that first Asia album. And I have it on CD. I don't have it on vinyl. You know, if you listen to and I was there, I was a young teen, listened to the radio in 1982, they were playing in almost constant rotation 2 Asia songs. And there are about 10 songs on the album, give or take, maybe 9, 10, I don't know, some of them are kind of long. You don't need to buy the album. because you've heard every listenable song on that album. But that's not yes. That's not at all yes. This is yes. That's what you call a side story. Best of ZZ Top. Tush. Hey, this, no, it's not still in the shrink. Somebody just put a sticker on here. Waiting for Jesus. No. Waiting for the bus. Jesus just left Chicago. Francine just got paid. I think Francine was the one of these is not like the other on that side. Because I couldn't tell you what Francine sounded like if I had to. LaGrange. Blue Jean Blues. Backdoor Love Affair. Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers. And Herded on the X. Now obviously this was the best of ZZ Top before they got the early 80s revival treatment. So that don't count. 10 legendary Texas Tales. So you don't got no Eliminator. You don't got none of the Warner Brothers stuff on here. I believe these are all on, yeah, there's Warner Brothers, but early Warner Brothers. Back in the day. Old school. Grover Washington Jr. Limelight. Now, I also have this on CD, and I found it for 50 cents. And all scratched up. But just the two of us actually played on the CD. Played fine. Looks terrible, didn't even have a cover. That plays good. This, same thing. You got the Bill Withers there. Wine Light, Let It Flow, and that's for Dr. J. Julius Irving, I think. In the Name of Love, Take Me There, Just the Two of Us, and Make Me a Memory, Sad Samba. Now, I wager, and I'll win. Most people that own this album have only ever played one song. Now, I did have an album by him, which I didn't lose in the storage building, by the way. I lost it because I was at Cheapo Records in Minneapolis in the year 2000, and I was broke. So I lost it there for some cold, hard cash. But it had a remake of Dave Brubeck's Take 5, which was called Take Another 5, and it was pretty good. I don't have it again. I may have to seek it out. Odds are, and this is the way things are working these days, CDs are expensive. I mean, still relatively expensive. The Goodwill here just went up to like $2 from $1 going up on the CDs. Well, there's this, and it's wrong, and I don't advocate this at all. There's something called the internet, and it's like a truck. It's like a series of trucks going through tubes, and these trucks, things fall off the trucks. Sometimes they land onto my computer, accidentally get burned to CD because they're in a FLAC format, or I don't know how it works. Metallica would not approve. I just know this. And you know how they were in the 90s saying, oh, you know, these guys are eating our lunch, this Napster and all this. They didn't know about Spotify yet. That didn't exist. But all these file sharing, LimeWire, BearShare, this stuff is bad. And it's ruining the record industry. And we said, you're crazy, Metallica. Have another drink. See your psychiatrist. Make that movie you're talking about. And they were right. It literally destroyed the record industry as we know it. Of course, I guess it made possible for all these Meghan Trainor and stuff like that to record their own records and save music as far as we know it. Now, I showed one of these the other day, or in the last one of these other episodes. I got two of them. I know I got two of them. Barry Manilow, this one's for you. Isn't he handsome? Isn't he great looking? You know what's weird? God is my witness. I never knew the guy was gay. You know, when Freddie Mercury was jumping around in his two-toned Harlequin suit in 1977, I was 10 years old. I was like, that guy is so cool. I didn't enter my mind that he was gay. We didn't think about those things back then. Now everybody knows all this stuff because you know everything about everybody instantly, thanks to the internet. Well, screw you, internet. And All Dead is about Brian May's cat. Dan Vogelberger Souvenirs. Okay, Part of the Plan. That's a great song. There's other songs on here. There's a Place in the World for a Gambler. That's a good song. You know who I hate? Dennis Leary. And because on his No Cure for Cancer special, he other than stealing the late Bill Hicks's entire comedy routine, while Bill Hicks was still alive, he stole all this stuff and was making insults about Vogelberg in the 70s. Oh, we were listening to this terrible stuff, and it was, ooh, we didn't get laid. It was like, it's not Dan Vogelberg's fault you didn't get laid, Larry. Hey? You light up a cigarette every 5 seconds. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the chick's scared of getting singed. All right. Series 2000, Laws for Dancing. This is lots of, I don't know what this is. Jersey Bounce, Sentimental Journey, Marie, I'm Beginning to See the Light, Music Makers, Moonglow. I'm guessing it's a dance album, but it has a lot of crap on it. It seems to be, it feels like a gatefold, and if only there was some way to find out if it's what is actually on this album. See, it's not that interesting. There's a lot of reading. You know, back in the old days, albums required a level of literacy. You had to be able to read. These days, you don't need to read. In fact, it's better if you don't know how to read. They don't care. Lawrence Welk plays Dixieland. This is on choral. Lawrence Welk and his Dixieland Boys, because there's nothing that Lawrence Welk was better known for than Dixieland. All right, honky tonk piano. Lou Stein at the piano, the Stein way. That was humorous, I bet, at one time. Heartaches, I Cried for You, Bye Bye Blackbird, You Made Me Love You, I Didn't Want to Do It. I Can't Give You Anything But Love, When the Saints Go Marching In, My Melancholy Baby, In the Mood, My Blue Heaven, I'm Looking Over a Four-Leaf Clover, It Had to Be You, and the 1 O'Clock Jump. Okay, and here's the back. This guy, I don't know what he's trying to prove. Mercury Records, custom. All right, I said Patti Page was hot, sexy, and I was right. Sparky, check her out. She's good looking. In the comics in the 1950s, they called these headlights. High beams. You're gonna need to get a ticket, baby. This was a Western-themed Mercury custom high-fidelity album. Down in the Valley, Leaning on the Old Top Rail, Tumbling Tumbleweeds, I Want to Be a Cowboy Sweetheart, Detour, The Prisoner Song, Who's Gonna Shoe My Pretty Little Feet, San Antonio Rose, Oklahoma Blues, Down on the Trail of Aching Hearts and Whispering. In 3D. Silliness. An important album from the 70s. Crucial. ABBA, the album. Now, a lot of their, I would say this was peak ABBA. This was their right at the one right before this, Arrival, and then up of the album. It was downhill from there, in my opinion. With Voulez-Vous, there might have been another one, and The Visitors. Anyway, these chicks were hot. The guys, but the great thing about it, or the strange thing about it, couldn't speak a word of English. Still don't speak very good English. And yet, all phonetically. Amazing. Pablo Cruz, Worlds Away. Okay, Love Will Find a Way. Don't Want to Live Without It. That was a hit, I know, because they played it on American Top 40. I listened a couple of weeks ago. Pablo Cruz, not a guy, a band. Simon and Garfunkel's greatest hits. This one is kind of beat up. All right. Mrs. Robinson, For Emily Wherever I Find Her, The Boxer. You know all there. Feeling Groovy. Sounds of Silence, I'm a Rock. Homeward Bound. I love them both. But we know who carried the real weight in this band and who was kind of a slacker. Although Art Garfunkel did some okay solo work. What has he done lately? I'd say the Breakaway album is exceptional. 99 Miles from LA, very good. Family Library of great music. Beethoven. Dead Guy. Schubert. That's on Decca. This is a long playing 33 and a third. This is an early 33 and a third album. I know this. Made in England has the what are the folding things? Again, Holst the Planets. Decca Records. This is also an early 33 on Decca. London Symphony Orchestra. When they first released LPs, they didn't know what to do with them. Weren't exactly the right size as far as the jackets, and yeah, kind of flimsy. They got it down later. And lastly in this box, Neil Diamond Gold. All right. Now, when you say Neil Diamond Gold, or would you say he put his best songs on here? Some of them are. But the first one on here is Lordy. Joni Mitchell's Both Sides Now. Solitary Man. Holly Holy, yeah, that Cherry Cherry. Kentucky Woman. Sweet Caroline. Thank Lord for the Nighttime. And the singer sings his song. Brother Love's Traveling Salvation Show. You know, like Neil Diamond, I wouldn't say I love Neil Diamond. Now, if the entire Neil Diamond catalog were to disappear tomorrow, and I would be somewhat sad. But odds are by next week I would have largely forgotten the whole thing. Like, I don't celebrate his entire catalog. There are very few entire catalogs I celebrate. Tom Waits. I love Tom Waits. And I have all of his recording in various forms. Mostly CDs. A couple that I couldn't buy came to me mystically off trucks. But Bone Machine, Bad Like Me, Bad as Me. Anyway, I think maybe there's only 2 songs on Alice that I really like. We grow and change. We get different. I kind of still resent Ricky Lee Jones for backing out of the One from the Heart soundtrack and getting Crystal Gale in there. I'm kind of bitter about that. I'm not sure how Tom feels. I would ask him, but he's probably busy suing somebody who ripped him off. That's happened too. Well, made it through without a Hitler joke. So I think we're making a good, honest effort here to get through all these crates. And there's more. There's always more. There's always more. Okay, but we'll get there. And in a couple of days, I'll post another video, go through some more records there I already have, and I'll make another video where 3 people watch it. It's my way now. It's the vinyl community way. I've decided that, all right, if YouTube is a network, okay, where you put your own shows on, whether people watch them or not. And if people like, I don't know, Channel 33 RPM, if Steve, that guy with the glasses, if if those are the networks, those are the guys that everybody's watching, and they've got 10,000 subscribers. They get all that. I'm public access here, okay? I'm the underground sensation that nobody knows about, and that nobody will know about. And the people that watch me, they don't tell anybody. That's okay. I'm gonna be rumbling under the carpets, under the floorboards and the floor mats. And when you hit that break, that's when I come up and stop you. And that thing that I do. I don't know what I just said, but I'm going to Andy Kaufman this thing. Now, I shouldn't tell you that I'm Andy Kaufmaning in it, because he wouldn't tell you that. He would say, "Oh, I'm serious. This is a thing. And stick with it." And he'd be singing Christian songs, and he'd be dead before anybody figured out he was joking. Well, you only live so long. But I'm doing this anyway, and I don't care if anybody watches. I'm literally dancing like no one is watching, except I'm not dancing. Made you nervous, didn't it? I thought I'd freeze frame it. Well, I didn't freeze frame. All I did was this.